planted up a beautiful fall container, and I want to get this on my table out here. But my table, I had my amaryllis bulbs that we were starting to push the growth out, and they have put on a tremendous amount of growth. And I wanted to get my fall container out here because, baby, we are ready to jump full speed into fall over here. Now, I know it doesn't seem like it. Just yesterday, I was out here packing my garden just full of spring containers, and then we dove right in from spring, and then we dove right into the summertime. But it is that time of year where I start to put out my fall containers. Beep! Here's the container that we're going to be popping out on this table here. Now, you guys, I planted this up in the short. I'll make sure to link this video down in the description box. Just go ahead and tell you guys what's in this container. We have some mums here, and we also have some Gerber daisies or Gerber daisies. We have some calla lilies here, and it's just a repeat of everything. And the container is giving very much fall. So what I like to do with my mums, I'm not afraid to put mums out early in the season because I know how to extend my bloom times. And I've done videos about how to keep your mums blooming. And I've also showed you guys how even when we get into where we're pulling our fall containers out and we're starting with our winter containers, honey, my mom's is still bringing it with the good blooms on it, honey, because it's all about knowing the plant behavior, and that's how you're going to get those consistent blooms here. Get this container out. Oh, honey, it's heavy. Woo! Hold on, wait. From this side, wait. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Hold on, let me set this down. It's getting heavy. Okay, so let me show you guys why I'm so excited about these blooms. Let's get into that. Look at that. Wait a minute. Okay, y'all, you know what we got to do now. Okay, so that was a little sneak peek. Let's get these containers out.
Nobody told me to settle down. Day nights and late nights don't get around. But there's something about you, something about you I like. About you I like. You're crazy for saying I should slow down, but maybe I'm escaping the love we found. There's something about you, something about you I like, about you I like.
Okay, so the first plant that we're going to be using, you guys, to set the fall tone vibes is going to be these purple fountain grasses. You guys, grasses are a beautiful choice when you're trying to do containers for the fall time, because it just goes with, you know, the fall time feel when everything's starting to transition back from looking like it's springtime and transition right on into winter. So I love using the purple fountain grasses or any type of grasses. You guys, you can take perennial grasses. I took some miscanthus grasses, and I actually used those in my containers, you guys, and they were gorgeous. What you can do for us, you guys, is I will go ahead and I will link those in the description box for us so you guys can see what that looked like. If you haven't seen that video, after you're done watching this one, you can go ahead and watch that one. Just to kind of give you guys some ideas of what to, you know, to maybe start thinking what you're going to do for your fall garden palette.
One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better.
Take a little bit of this soil out. Alright, so how does that look, guys? You know what? I think I might switch out to a smaller fountain grass. Hand me one of those over there. All right, let's go with something smaller, okay? So all of my plants will fit. It's stuck in a container, so. Woo! Baby, talk about root bound. Let me show you guys what this looks like. Okay, so I am, look at this, it's just root bound. So what I'm gonna do, see how root bound this is. It needs to be in a bigger container, but we're gonna make this plant happy. Easy fix. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go in and tease these roots real quick. So that way it can flourish and it's not choking itself out. So we're gonna just go in, tease these roots. You guys, if you see this, just go ahead. I just like to go in and just cut it. I mean, baby, it is in there. So now it can just grow on. That's why we couldn't hardly get it out the container, because it was so root bound. Now look at that, you guys. Isn't that such a big difference? And it's still a big enough grass where it's still able to make an impact. All right. And I like how this is like different. I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see like the coloring in this? So it's giving us a little bit more interest than what we had from the first one. So these are just the Echinacea hybrid. I love these, especially around fall time, you guys. I really love to go in and use these type of plants. And you guys, so now I have a Dipped in Wine Coleus, the Color Blaze series. And so I'm going to go in and I am going to tuck one of those right here. So I'm going to add in a Color Blaze Wicked Witch right here on this side. And I'm going to show you guys what these look like. So I'm going to come in right here on this side and add it right here, just to give us some more weight, okay? And then you guys see we have our Echinacea here. Can you guys see the blooms on this Dipped in Wine Coleus? So I am going to use these, okay? So now, as you guys can see this container right here, okay, so if we go to the front, so let's go ahead and get the other one dressed up the way this one is, and then we'll top it off in the front. I'll show you guys how we're going to top this off. Grass, some room, so I'm adding another one right here, you guys. Okay, so let me show you guys what it's looking like, okay? And I'll clean up my mess later. And it's getting ready to storm, you guys. Okay, so that's one, and here's the second one, right? Okay, and this is the variation of color that I was talking about early on. Okay, can we get into that? Did y'all see that? Can you guys see what we just did here on the side? see it's getting ready to rain. I have to go, you guys. I'm gonna let the rainwater water these in. Take to you later, bye-bye. Ah! I finally got the chance to plant up my concrete urns that grace the patio. So this has been a long time coming. We've had these Monrovia boxwoods on hand for quite some time, and when I seen these, I jumped at the opportunity to go ahead and put something small in stature in its place. I wanted it to be over the top but elegant at the same time. I did not want to do too much because sometimes less is more. As Once you look at these concrete containers, they are absolutely 100% covered in beautiful florets that have a purple undertone to them, if you will, and I'm so obsessed with them, in addition to the green. Our boxwood is our star here, as well as our container, and we have it coming as a slope form, and there is nothing else that we need to add to this container. I feel like it's a great way to start off fall. One thing I like about using cabbages and kales in my fall containers is they can withstand some pretty cold weather. I've pulled out kale in my boxes in December, depending on how mild our winters are here in the St. Louis region. But I'm very satisfied with this look, and the scale is absolutely perfect for this container, and I'm so excited about it. With your kales, if you're going to be using kales, if you're going to be using cabbages inside of your window boxes, your fall containers, any type of arrangement for the fall time. One of the things that I like to do as a secret weapon is I go in and I use Sluggo. Let's go grab it real quick. So this is Sluggo right here. It's an excellent product, and it kills earwigs, cutworms, sow bugs, peel bugs, slugs, and snails. So a lot of the type of pests that you're going to have issues with for your cabbages. And because we have an entire bowl full of cabbages, I definitely did not want to take the chance. And it's one thing that I like to use as my secret weapon every single year. I have a beautiful assortment of pink plants. The only thing that I am missing is the container that we're going to be using to plant these beautiful plants up. Now, all of these plants came from my inventory. That is one of the things that I like to stress, is how to save money. That way you don't have to skimp out on the look or go without having a look in your home. So we are going to use a variation of beautiful pink plants, you guys. Some of these plants are absolutely loaded with blooms. We have different textures, we have different heights, and we're really going to play to that in this arrangement. But the container that we're going to be using for this arrangement, it has some amaryllis bulbs in it that I planted up in a beautiful arrangement over the winter time. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go in and get those amaryllis bulbs out. I previously showed in one of my videos how I like to process my amaryllis bulbs. And by doing such, I have continuous blooms, which again, here we have it. Now, let's set this to the side. And while we're taking the amaryllis bulbs out, we are going to hydrate these plants. So that way, when they get into the arrangement, they're going to last a very long time, and while they'll still need watering, they won't have to get a deep soak. This comes in handy if you're placing your arrangement in an area where you are setting it on a piece of wood, or if your life is very busy, as mine is. Hey, we're all busy. Then that way, if you skip a day of watering, your arrangement won't suffer in the end. So let's go ahead and soak these plants in. I have these two clear containers right here, and this is what we're going to use. We're going to pour some water in here, and so we can start soaking our plants while we work on the container. Alright, so this should be enough water. So we're going to start by just putting the plants on the inside of the water here. You guys, these are some gorgeous plants here. Almost. Let's see, I might have to go get another clear lid here. Yep, we're gonna have to go get another lid. So let me run and go get that real quick. Okay, forgot two of my flowers. But what we will do is we will pour the water in here. we're giving a nod to fall, we're also going to use a little bit of kale in there. And that way it's going to help with that texture and also help with the look. So for our container here, and I don't want to push my plants off, so let me scoot these up, you guys. These plants are gorgeous, and I know you have to be thinking a lot of plants, and they are, but in order to have the look that we need to fill this container up, baby, we got to go big or we got to go home. And since I'm already at home, there's nothing else for me to do but to go big. Oh, ho, ho, ho. So this is the planter that we're going to be using, you guys. It's big, it's deep, and it holds a ton of plants. I love it because it's terracotta. It has the beautiful ornate look that I love in my planters, and it's definitely going to make a statement. So with these amaryllis bulbs, all of these bulbs are 100% absolutely viable, but if I were to plant these up, I'm not going to get any bloom out of them. The only thing that I'm going to get is the foliage or the foliage, depending on where you're from, how you say it. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to take these and I'm going to process them similar to the way I did in a previous video that I shared with you guys. And then I also followed back up and showed you the progress of the bulb. So therefore, if you have any old amaryllis bulbs just laying around, you can do this same exact process, you guys, and you'll be able to save your amaryllis bulbs and use them next year. So let's continue to dig these out. And here's the stakes that I had in there, so we'll take those out. In order to keep the dust down, we're going to just use a little bit of water. Oops. Water is fine. The only thing that water is going to do is just help keep down on the dust. And you guys, all of these bulbs are still viable. All right, so now we are going to come in with some fresh soil. We're not going to reuse, but I will take the soil that's in here and I'll dump it into one of my raised beds. Not necessarily the ones that are used for food production, but one of the ones that I use for flower production. All right, be right back. I got to dump this out. All right, so we have our container, and you guys, this vessel is so deep.
Like, it is deep, you guys. It is so deep.
So we're going to start building this container. With all of my containers, I like to go in and I use a piece of window screen. Sometimes I will use chicken wire and then I'll go over it with some coffee filter. But for this one, we're just going to use a little bit of screen. We're going to build this container from front to back. And you guys, when you see the movement, the flow of this container, I think you're gonna like it. Now, if you guys are new to my channel, make sure to click like, subscribe, because if you like content like this, we have a ton of content like this coming up. One of the things I try to focus on my channels, I try to show you guys how to save money, and I love garden design and so on and so on. So we're going to build it from front to back, side to side. You guys, this arrangement is going to be very easy to duplicate. So I think what we're going to do, we're just going to get to planting. We are almost finished with this arrangement. So real quick, what I want to do is I want to clear everything off the table and we'll look at the plants that we're left with. And then from there, we can try to go in and we can decide how we're going to finish off this container. This is what we're looking at. So this is this side right here. Watch your ears. All right, this is the back side, right? I am going to take and I'm going to play a little bit with texture here. So I'm going to take this so let's turn it back around. Okay, so I'm going to take this one out, right? I'm going to come in with this Kalandiva, Kalandiva, however you want to say it. Remember to get rid of anything that doesn't look attractive. And we're going to pop this right on in here, just when you didn't think nothing else could fit, right? We're going to come in, we're going to pop that in, okay? And actually, I want them to be opposite in the container, so let's swap this out for here to on the other side. Okay. Okay, you guys. So here's our planter. Let's talk about the plants that we have in this beautiful arrangement here. Now, we use a Kalanchoe, but we also use a derivative of the Kalanchoe. In the same family, we also use a Kalandiva or a Kalandiva, however you want to say it. We came in, we used some Gerber daisies. The Gerber daisies are great because they have beautiful texture. As well as the texture, they also give that pop of color, and we'll also get some height. So we'll be able to start seeing a little bit of play with the heights here in this arrangement. Then we use our wonderful friend cyclamen here. And then we use a kale, which gave us our texture. Our kale is here on the side, and then we came in with the cabbage. Cabbage still has those burgundy tones. It still pulls out the fuchsia when you look on the inside, the same as the kale. Now, a lot of you may be wondering, okay, you have all of these plants in here. Now, even though I pre-soak them, what I am going to do is I'm going to do pinpoint watering only, because there's no way this arrangement is going to stay in tip-top shape like this by coming in and watering overhead. So this is what you're going to have to use to water this type of container. For this type of container, we're going to be coming in and we're going to be using pinpoint watering. We're going to take our watering can, we're going to nestle it right up underneath there, and then we're going to water this baby in. You can actually, with this type of watering can, you can come in and you can hit every single root ball individually. But again, because we're pre-soaking, we're not going to have to worry about it. Now, let me know, what do you think about this container here? And I know some of you may be wondering, Queen, the Kalanchoe, how are you putting this arrangement together? And again, that's why I say pinpoint watering only. Your Kalanchoe can take a little bit more water than you actually realize. And by us pre-soaking everything, we're not going to have to water this container as much. So when you kind of know the science behind plants, it makes you be able to come in and cheat. Down in the comment box, let me know what you think about this arrangement, baby. It is loaded on both sides. I don't think you see this container, baby. It's heavy. I'm not going to be able to pick this beauty up by myself, honey. I'm going to have to call the team in, and that's how we're going to get this container in its place. One of the things that I love to plant up is my window box. I would love to have a ton of window boxes, but that's just not my reality. So this window box here, I change it out as often as I can. I'm uber excited because it gives me the opportunity to go in with another look. And this window box has certainly had a lot of looks this year. And let's start planting this up. Move it slightly on in to its fall look. There is a ton of spider webs over here. We'll get that down first and we'll plant this baby up, because you guys, if you missed out how we did the concrete urns, you are absolutely 100% missing out. Let's get started. All right, so window box is pretty full with soil from our plantings over the season. So we're just going to remove a little bit of the soil here. Absolutely 100% love this arrangement, and here is why. It's neutral in the sense that you can bring any color and just take off with that colorway. So let's talk about the plants that we use here. So you guys know I have some beautiful Monrovia boxwoods here in Topiary Farm. We picked those up from Sherwood's Forest, and I jumped at the opportunity when I seen them. And that's one of the things I love about Sherwood Forest is he doesn't just bring in those big tree specimens. He also brings in the smaller specimens, so that's why I was able to get not only 3 small boxwood topiaries, but actually 5. And so that way, because of the zone that the boxwood is, I can leave them in my window box and they will do absolutely fine. Now, up underneath that, I have a euphorbia. We put the euphorbia in earlier in the season and it's still going strong. One of the things I love about the euphorbia is it is one of those cool loving plants. It loves the cool weather, so therefore it can withstand the temperatures that we have here. Now, we came in and we alternated, just like we did with our concrete urns, we alternated with a cabbage and a kale. We have a green and white cabbage. So we have the green and white, and then we have one that pulls out those fuchsia tones, those burgundy or purple undertones, and it definitely speaks the fall language. Also here, you will see where we came in and we use a heather. Now, one of the things that I love about the heather is evergreen. So if I wanted to come in and use the heather, and actually it's not even a heather, it's a heath. So it's a Kaluna heath. So we have the Kaluna heath right here, and it's giving us that texture, it's giving us that feel. We also can keep that Kaluna in the window box for some time into the winter time, and it'll do absolutely perfect. Then I came in with the beautiful pansy here, and we just alternated it. I did build up right here a display of the cabbage because that way it gives a nod back to the concrete urns. You guys, when I tell you I'm very methodical about the way that I plan out my containers, the way that I plan them out. So you might be thinking, oh, that really didn't do anything for me, but then you see it as a whole, then you know, okay, she's cooking with some grease here. Now just think if I would have had some busy urns, and just think if I would have had a busy window box, it would have made you say, it's a little bit too much going on here, which I ain't gonna lie, I love a good busy display, but for this one, it just didn't necessitate it. Just watered in, and then we're gonna hop on to the next task that we have for today. We got to get this stuff knocked out. Check, 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 check. Now that we have the window box completely done, it's filled in, you guys, we have the layer. It's a full, complete look. I'm absolutely amazed by this. And I know you guys didn't think I was done. I know you could not have thought I was done, because absolutely not. We came in, we added more soil here, we added some more texture, and we continue to build this up to give us the right height that we need. I love the play on texture. I love the movement and the flow, and the plants are absolutely amazing. Now we're going to go pumpkin shopping, and I'm going to take you guys with me. So let's head out. Let's look at these plants while we're in here. And I think this is, how cute is that? But that's not what we came for. We came for pumpkins. Some white and green squash. White pumpkins I absolutely love to decorate with these. And then just some small pie pumpkins. Now I love the gourds, because the gourds are just so fun to decorate with for fall. Or white pumpkins. Okay, let's see what we have in this bin. Have some edible squash, butternut squash, gourds, which I just love. Those are not bad. Those are 70 cents a pound. Let's get some of these. Have the itsy bitsy pumpkins, which I love these. Here's some more smaller, like mini gourds, which I love doing these. These are absolutely amazing. So these squash, these look pretty good. I like the color variation in these right here, as well as these green ones. These look good. They're all like the color scheme that I'm looking for this year. I like to really take my time and really just focus on different types of colors and things. But I know for sure these big ones here, I'm definitely going to grab some of them. Just finished pumpkin shopping today. I had an absolute amazing time. It was absolutely awesome. Have you started putting pumpkins out in your garden? Of course you have, because we're so late into September, it's almost October. So this year on fall, normally I go all out for fall, but we're gonna do just a little bit. We ain't really doing, you know, like we've done in years past. But you guys, I am so obsessed with my choice of pumpkins. This is one of the ones that I got, and I can't wait to share with you all where I'm gonna be putting these beauties in my garden. Now I gotta go get the rest of the pumpkins out of the car. That's a wrap. You guys, we have some beautiful plants, honey. When I tell you we got some fall color, we got some fall color. These ferns are coming out of here. They gotta go. They've been beautiful. They added an instantaneous pop of that green color. I like the flow. I like the vibe. But now it's time to switch it over to a little bit more of a fall colorway. I am uber excited about this and I am ready. You guys, I have all of these beautiful plants right here and they're giving very much a fall feel. We have some orange, beautiful begonias. But then you guys, what we're going to do with these orange begonias is we are going to paint this room orange. The ferns have been discovered by the fern moth or the fern butterfly or the Florida moth. Let's jump right in and get started here. You see that? It just flew out. We have any more or is it just that one? But the fern, those fern moths, fern butterflies, however you want to word it, they can literally decimate your ferns and you'll be trying to figure out, wondering what's going on with your fern, and that's the reason why. But luckily for us, we already have a beautiful stash of plant inventory, so let's get started. Like these ferns, I can really just lift these just straight out and it should conform to the pot. Now typically when I'm gonna pull my ferns out, I like to stop watering them. That way I can lift them, pull them, because sometimes I will overwinter my ferns, and sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. In the event that I decide to go ahead and overwinter them, what I do is I just like to pull them out in one. And as you guys can see, we were able to just lift this up in one swoop. We have a little bit of soil, but we'll clean that out as well. This one right here, it lifted right out. So I am going to be overwintering these ferns on the inside, and basically the only thing that you need to do with your ferns is you want to just treat them like a house plant. And so I'm going to make sure that I provide them with a lot of light. I'm going to continue to feed them. I'm going to continue to water them in hopes that they'll be even bigger next season. In the past, this has been the time where I come in and I kind of divide them in half during this time when they're in their dormant phase. But these are a nice size, and one of the things that I like to do is I like to pull plants in and out of rotation. So what I'll do is I'll keep my Boston ferns this size right here. Yeah, I'm seeing another fern here, so I'm gonna have to treat these first. All right, one. Nope, I'm gonna have to break off some of the excess dirt. Oh, I have this big Monrovia bucket right here. And I'll just take this and I will set this fern down in here because I'm going to have to douse this. This goes for any type of plant that you're overwintering. If when you're pulling your plants, you notice that you have an infestation, you want to go ahead and treat the plant, because if you don't, there is a possibility that whatever is in this plant is going to go to other plants. Now this is just a fern moth, so we should be fine, but I am going to treat this so that way it's going to take care of any type of eggs or anything like that. Now, if there is a little bit of soil left over, I'm going to just take this soil out and then we'll start planting. love this fall colorway. It's bright, but then it's also making your mind nod towards fall. It's exactly the look that I wanted to give in this room, and it just gives us a different look from the ferns. The ferns were absolutely beautiful and they added instant impact, but these two containers add instant impact as well. Now, the ferns that I took out, I am going to be treating those ferns because I am going to be overwintering those ferns. If you're going to be overwintering your ferns, what you want to do is you want to put your ferns in a place that has bright light coming in. And by you giving it that bright light, remember it's indirect light because now it's in the house. You want to keep the temperatures about normal household temperatures should be fine, and you just continue the same care. You want to mist your ferns. You want to continue to make sure they don't dry out. Continue to inspect them for any type of pest that may be hiding away in your fern. You know, those little hitchhikers that we have in the garden. You know what you think about these beautiful arrangements because I'm 100% obsessed with this fall colorway in this room. We are going to plant up a beautiful fall time container. In addition to planting up a fall time container, we are also going to go do a little bit of shopping. I'm going to take you guys along with me because I'm in need of some fall inventory for outdoor. Now, with that being said, I do want to go ahead and just put together a real quick arrangement, something beautiful, nothing over the top. So come on, you guys, let's go grab the plants, and then from there we'll head out to, I think I want to stop by Home Depot, and then I also want to stop by a nursery. I don't know yet, but I know Home Depot for sure because my good girlfriend called me earlier and she said that they had some beautiful deals there. So I'm going to run over to the one that she was talking about, and hopefully the stuff that they have for sale is not on death's door knocking, or it's not all gone. So let's start off with planting up the container. And so we're going to just plant it right here because you guys, I am like totally obsessed with this window box honey. Not necessarily this over here, which I think we'll end up getting to this week. And I know I've been saying that it's not a priority for me because I do kind of want to see what it's going to be doing. Let's get this container planted up because I need my entire ambiance out here to be matching, to be flowing, because you guys, it's just how I am. Look at this. Woo! Woo! Now tell me that ain't fall. Tell me that ain't to the fall, honey. It is. So for all of my containers in the bottom, there is a very big drainage hole here. What I do is I come in and I take this wire right here and I go ahead and I cover it up so that stops the soil from falling out. You guys, I love it. It is absolutely amazing. The colorway is just perfect. It's giving us those fall vibes. So let me tell you what all we used in here. We used the begonias. Now your begonias are going to be quite hardy. Then we came in with a mum, a floral mum. Then we also used some roses. Now, have you guys ever noticed in your landscape, your roses start to kind of pick back up around the fall time? They can take some of those cooler temperatures, so they're going to be absolutely perfect for this arrangement here. And then we use begonia, we use some roses, we use some floral mums, and then we dress the bottom of the container with some beautiful pansies, the same pansies that we have in the window box here. So again, we're giving kind of that nod to everything that we have going on. So let me show you what we did here.
Let me show you what we did here.
Bam! We're at Home Depot. Let's see what they have in the way of cabbages. So here are these cabbages right here, but it's not really the look that I'm going for. I mean, all of these mums, there are no fresh mums put out. Let me scoot back so you guys can see it. All of the mums just look tired, like they need to be just pulled, and I don't see them putting out any fresh mums either. So if this is what we have for selection as far as mums, then these are slim pickings, honey. All right, see these? So like all of these are bloomed out. The only way I'm using these is if I have an event that I need to actually just have that flower power right in place, or doing a video shoot or something like that. But for the most part, I don't want no flowers that's already bloomed out like this. And then you see how this one right here is lopsided because it's not being turned. But what I am more interested in is these 4-packs here. So I love to use these 4-packs in mixed containers. They're absolutely beautiful, and for the price, $4.98, you can't beat it. So this is one of the ways that I like to save money with my containers. And definitely any type of cabbages like this that I bolted, I absolutely do not use these either. So what we'll do is we'll start getting what we need. So, and then also for comparison size. Okay, so if we compare the size of these two, they're not really that much of a difference in size. You may have a few more leaves on the bigger one, but you can get a total of 4 for this one size right here. So what you do is you look at this 4-pack as a whole. Let's get what we need. Okay. So already I can see the mums over here, over there, honey. Yes. All right, let's see. In the way of cabbages and kale, those are going to be your staples for your containers. Yeah. All right. So these look pretty good.
Oh, really?
All right, some more of these. These look pretty good. Let's see what mums they have. The mums are looking good. The colors are pretty good. I love this color. And you guys, with your mums, we're still kind of having those heat waves right now. So what you want to do is you kind of want to get the mums that's more closed up like this. But actually, if you can find one that's more like this, let's look. Okay, right here, perfect, and it's in the shade. So ones like this would be how I would be getting my mums, just like this. And you might not be able to see the color, but if you kind of look down here, it should give you, you know, some type of thought of what the color might look like, but sometimes it might be a little bit lighter, a little bit darker. So this is how we get my mums, because we still have a little bit of heat. Now in the St. Louis region, we are kind of like on the cool side, but then we're also heating up on days, so it just all depends. So let's look over here. See what type of inventory they have over here. Now, so more mums here, and see, a lot of these are blooming out quick because of the temperatures, but that's okay. We're having a hotter than normal season, but I'll take it. These small ones, they're really good, especially the used on top of your tabletop containers. So this is about the extent of the mums. Let's look at the hydrangeas while we're here. Oh, now these containers are cute, but the only thing you guys see, the paint is already chipping on it, so I would definitely pass these, but they're cute. I like a good square container. Oh, these palms are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Look at these beautiful fiddle leaf figs. Okay, focus, focus. I'm not focusing, you guys. See, I just got off track that quick. That quick. Oh, and these containers are actually on sale. What material is this? It seems like it's like a resin, but they're on sale for $30, you guys, at Home Depot. Let's keep looking. Now these are cute. Some more hostas, but we're looking for things that we can use inside of our fall containers. These around this way, so we can go ahead and scan these. So I'll make our checkout extra quick. Okay, let's scan. Go ahead and pay.
Please remove your card. Would you like an e-receipt?
We need some darker cabbages and kale, so these ones right here, absolute beauty, because it has that dark color on the inside of it, so it's going to give us the contrast that we need. So let's grab some of these. All right, let's take this one. Here is our inventory that we have so far. There's one more tray I need to go and get out, but you guys, look at these cabbages. Right here we have 2 cabbages in there. So when you're shopping, if you can get the ones with 2 in there, it's going to stretch your budget even further. 2 and 2. Now granted, the ones with 2 are not going to be as big as these ones, but just plan out for that. 2 and 2. We have all of the plants out of the car now. So this plant haul was heavy on cabbages and kale, because you guys, I'm just not getting warmed up over here for my show. We have all of the plants out of the car. This plant haul was heavy on looking for cabbages and kale. Now I am just now getting warmed up with my fall show. You guys, I love to go over the top Y'all know I'm extra. If you guys are new, welcome, 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 baby. We put out a ton of garden content over here. And you guys, I wish I had a team behind me because we would totally put out even more content than what we put out now. But I love to garden, so come on, join the channel. It's absolutely free, you guys. And when I tell you we cuts up over here, we cuts up. Not only on the videos, but down there in the comment section, honey, we cuts up. So, you guys, we have a ton of cabbages and kale. We're just now getting warmed up for the fall. I'm very excited, and I'm glad that you guys came along with me for this plant haul. Now, if you guys are still watching right now, I want you to drop down in the comment box, and I want you to put fall container, okay? Because you guys, are we cutting up? Are we cooking with some great shit? I don't know. You let me know. We'll continue this conversation down in the comment box. I gotta go get all of these plants inside of the waiting area so they can get planted.